Well, that 1 minute countdown, it took a few breaths for me to realize that maybe I shouldn't just come out yelling on this one. Um, kind of speechless, really. Dash, do you have any words for what just happened?
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Guess what, everybody? We're back and we're here to rage. We're absolutely here to. We got the keggers out. We've got couches that we're ready to light on fire. We're gonna riot in the streets. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna be civilized adults here, and we're gonna talk about Juve. We're gonna talk about Bonucci's press conference. We're gonna talk about the image seen around Twitter, which is from, I think it's from someone that took a picture of something that's really suspect. So, I'm just gonna give you guys a little bit of a heads up when you guys see that image. Please try not to rage quit and turn off the video because, it's going to be highly suspect. But how are you, Davide? You okay?
Yeah. Oh, man. I'm usually not this riled up after a match, even the bad ones. Like this one, and even in our group chat, people are just riled up. Everyone's riled up because there's just no need for what just happened. There really isn't. Something... I guess we should break it down. I guess if people are just coming in, like, after the fact, what are we actually talking about? Do we start with the photo now, or do we save it for later?
Oh, let's yeah, we'll get it now. It's a bitter pill to swallow, so we'll do it now and show
All
everyone.
right, we're pulling
Alrighty.
off the Band-Aid. Here it is.
All right, so this is the image in question. So this was literally the corner from a fan angle out in the stadium. So if any of you guys, and unfortunately we can't actually pull the actual like VAR clip or anything from CBS because they will copyright us in a heartbeat. But if you notice, though, they're actually not. So you have Candreva that's standing off right over there in theory, and I believe Giuseppe actually drew a line during his live stream, but it looks like Candreva actually put Bonucci on sides, because this snapshot, if you look closely, guys, and I know for some of folks that are on mobile devices, it's kind of tough, but go on Twitter. That picture is literally all over Twitter. It was first brought in by Giovanni Albanese, so I'll credit him for that. But look at this image on Twitter, and I looked at it, I zoomed in, I did my my photo enhancements and all that fun jazz, and right now, this image is literally as Milik hits the ball, and Candreva is sitting in that spot, and Bonucci is practically onside from this angle. I mean, it's tough to call. It is one of those where you're like, it's subjective, etc. However, when you look at the replay of VAR, Candreva wasn't even factored into the drawing of the line. He wasn't even in the screen, which doesn't make sense. I'm a little bit disappointed with the official, just because maybe he was a little bit riled up from the scuffle that happened at the sideline. But again, they didn't even take that into account. So I'm curious to see what the league says. The league literally has that was ridiculous. I hope nobody put money on Salernitana drawing. I'm looking at you, Mr. Official. But yeah, how do you feel about that picture, buddy?
Well, first off, Roberto, ciao from Norway. Yes, ciao. Thanks for coming in. First guy, at least, first person I said that they're from Norway that's followed us, so welcome. Thanks for representing. Love the little picture there. It's like that yoga pose out in the mountains. Very cool. Love it. So hello to everyone out there. People are starting to come in hot. So I'll just throw this one up here. What do I think? What I think? I think that it's absolute BS. Like it's like I said, speechless. There's no words right now. Like I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. I don't know which emotions at this point to express, because it's just completely beyond my comprehension right now. It's almost as if I just saw a baby got run over by a car in the street, and I just don't know what to
do. That's a little bit extreme.
but no, like just to exemplify, like you know something just happened, and you should do something, but what do you do? Because there's just nothing you can do. It just happened. The disaster just unfolded. That's the reality, and now you just have to live with it. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a travesty, a tragedy. I don't know. I will throw every adjective I can find in the thesaurus and just throw it at what just happened right now.
Yeah, and the funny thing too for everyone watching, this is the first time we're doing like a legit straight off the burner
Yeah.
review. Like usually Davide and I, we take like 24 hours, watch some clips, read some post-game interviews, just kind of, just mellow out, chill and kind of look at it from more of a neutral or centrist point of view. But right now we're just talking. The funny thing is Davide and I were talking this morning. We're like, we should probably do a post-game live, right? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, there's nothing's happened today. It'll be a quick, easy,
It'll
no
be
big deal. Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, we'll have some fun, some shenanigans, and then an hour before we're going to hunt, Davide's like, yeah, of course this happens the day that we decide to do our first like actual live reactions from it. Good thing we didn't do a watch along because we would have lost any kind of monetization that YouTube would have given us with the amount of swear words we would have thrown around.
I'd actually just threw it in our chat too. I legit took off my slipper and threw it against my wall. Just like Nona does. Like when Nona gets mad at you and you screwed up, like you done bad, and that slipper comes flying at your head, that's exactly, I turned into Nona when that thing got called back. I kid you not. And of course, I was doing it in this room because Fubo TV completely just ruined my life again. So that's an aside. That's what I wanted to bitch about today. That was going to be my first world problem, but no, things have changed. Completely
From
changed.
Fubo to an offsides call. That's just ironic. So we'll actually go into the breakdown of the game, but I kind of want to read some of the post-conference pressers. One thing is for sure it was Bonucci. So the thing that Bonucci says a lot of crap, but the one tidbit that he does mention was his presser was saying that after we scored or after the goal was in, the referee said the explanation was that an active offsides was detected by VAR. Except he's saying Sepe, the goalkeeper, would have never gotten to the ball, nor did he actually attempt to even make a play for the ball. So again, Bonucci saying my position doesn't interfere with an intervention by the goalkeeper, but apparently the rules say that I did. Again, I'm gonna agree with Bonucci on here, even though I'm not like his greatest fan and idol. I am gonna rip into him a little bit today as well, just because he does deserve to be put on the chopping block for some things that he did do. One being the penalty, and the second one is even making an attempt for that ball. Going on to what he is continuing to say, he said a lot of gibberish. Don't really care, but the one thing that kind of rubs me in the wrong way is, and I quote, I hope this match will be a lesson for everyone going forward in training. We see everything. If there's something I've seen different in recent months is the attitude in training. In match, the situation is different. We have to grow. So I'm gonna chime in and I'm gonna say my 2 words here. What lesson, man? For the last 2-3 years, every time Bonucci gives a post conference, it's a lesson that we're learning. It's a lesson that we're learning. I don't see anything different. My thing is like every time we concede or do a bonehead mistake, we freak out. That Quadrado error that costed us that first goal, we literally crapped our pants and then almost played the try not to concede more. It was the same thing. To be honest with you guys, like it's the same thing we did against PSG. We played not to lose, and then for some reason in the second half we decided to go for it. Like we pressed, we had some good passes, some good chances the first 18-20 minutes, and then we make a mistake, and then like the team absolutely like gets terrified. So like I don't understand that. That's something I've seen for the past 2 years. Even with Pirlo, we conceded against Benevento, and then we freaked out, and then we lost that game 1-0 at home. It's just, the thing is like going into this, it's Salernitana, with all due respect to them. Like, guys, like, how are we afraid to play those guys at home? Because from minute 20 to about minute 46, 47, to the point where Bremer got that goal, it's like we're sitting there, we're almost playing like a not to lose, like a coward style of play. Like it caught me by surprise, where I'm like, guys, it's a relegation side squad. Like, what the hell is wrong with everybody? Like, Allegri did some kind of change. He switched us to a 3-5-2 in the second half. We started moving, we started chaining, and then we started playing ourselves into the match. Again, the thing is it's Salernitana. You do not need to play yourself into the match. You should be already in the match. You should be dominating the match.
Ideally.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I can give it. I can let it slide against PSG. Okay, I understand you're afraid to play against those guys because of their front three. But the problem is we're not a mid-table team. We're not an aspiring team. It's guys, we need to be in there and we need to take initiative, take charge. The one thing that like also shows me is our unwillingness to be clinical in the final third, and I think that also that it coincides with how we're coward. I don't want to say we're cowards as a squad, but like just this weird fear mentality. I don't know if Allegri put it into the team or whatnot, but like anytime we get close to conceding or if we concede, we kind of just shrivel up and bottle in until something stupid happens where the team kind of just wakes up and is like, oh, hey, we're playing. And this thing, and I think the excuse here was literally that Bremer goal where everyone's like, hey, we got a goal. Because I guarantee you, if Bremer hadn't scored, they probably wouldn't have made an attempt until like the 70th or 75th minute to get something back. So
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's the team, and I also think it's Allegri. Like Fiorentina, I gave him a pass. I'm like, okay, he's trying to rotate. Maybe he wants to actually like square up against PSG, see how the club does. Fine, I gave him that. But Salernitana, like, what are you doing in training and in preparation? I mean, how like it just I'm confused and like I'm trying to like formulate my thoughts. I just have so many thoughts right now, and I'm
yeah,
trying to
you're
put
just
it all
throwing them out.
together. But
You need the 24 hours. I
yeah,
think that's
like
the
I know
key.
I'm not as young as I used to be, and I actually have a filter now, so I have to calculate. No, but it's those things where you look at it and it's like, guys, what are we doing? Why are we afraid to play teams? Why are we playing not to lose? Like, I understand Allegri's like, I'd rather, he's like, I'd rather win ugly instead of lose beautifully. I get that. And everyone has their own style. But, like, what happened, man? Like, it's almost like we're toothless. Even though we have the players, we have the squad. We have Vlahovic, we have Milik. We have McKennie. We have Paredes. Like, we have guys that are balling. I mean, Fajoli came in and played well. I didn't expect
Yeah.
it. He did. Moretti again, stud.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of
Great
great things.
player.
Yeah, and I
Bremer,
want to like really touch on that too.
yeah.
I know he didn't play. Like, he played a good chunk of it, but not all of it, obviously. But when he was out there, I mean, he was balling again. I'm just trying to pull out these positives, right? Because we're going on this rant. So
No.
we're gonna take
sure.
these rest stops as we gotta go, right?
Yeah,
Because
no. You wanna chime in and segue?
yeah, because I mean, otherwise we go down this dark hole, and we don't want to do that, right? Because there are always the positives as well. And Moretti, and I knew right from the get go that he was going to show up today. Like he had that spark. He had a couple chances, nothing really panned out, I suppose, at the end of the day, but just good, just more good solid work from the 19-year-old, and I think he's a solid starter. I mean, if he's not one of the first three, I mean, 4 or 5 easy. Like he's definitely up that pecking order by this point. He's got to be, and I think that's at least one thing as well we can pull positive from Allegri, say compared to last year, is the young players are actually getting their chance. And we did see Fajoli and Sule out today as well. So that's good. They're getting the experience, and it was an experience. Oh, this is in the bag. It's Salernitana, as it should have been. We're up 3-0. Let's say. Let's throw out the young guys and just kind of finish up the game. They actually had to fight and claw back, and they actually did do that. They technically, I guess technically they didn't win the game, but theoretically they did help to win that game back, right? So this is all super valuable experience for them, and I mean, at least for those guys, Benucci's right. It should be a learning experience because they're going through this for the first time, at least at this level, right? The rest of the team, I mean, how many times do you learn the same lesson before you just don't get it? You know, like they obviously aren't getting it.
Quadrado.
Yeah, and I mean, there's been comments. There's lots of comments today, which is good. It sucks that the comments are because we're all just so fired up in that sense. But no, of course, thank you for chiming in. I think we all need to get it off our chest, so please, definitely keep them rolling.
So there's another player I'm going to give kudos to. It's Keane. So some of the build-up play in the first half before we conceded, it looked like Keane was actually starting to find his feet a little bit. Unfortunately, the game went in the opposite direction. But I think Keane is showing a little bit of improvement, some strides. Because technically, Keane's considered a youngster. He's not really, a well-seasoned veteran, even though, we've known him for years.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, Joe makes a really great point, and I love it because he says the Piatek and Kandreva. I mean, yeah, they're great players, but Kandreva's on his last legs, and then Piatek's.
They're good. When you look at the roster that they have, it isn't bad for the level of team that they have. They had Fazio there as well in the back. The two guys, their names are slipping me. They both started with M. They're both on the same flank. Regardless, I mean, they had some guys that actually went out there and showed up. And that just does show, I guess, the quality of the league. We get called the Farmers League a lot, but Salernitana does have some half-decent players on there, and they obviously can play with the big guys. So
they do, but it's still Juventus is at home. And
no excuse. Yeah, there's no excuse. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm just saying that there's a level of quality there even at the bottom of the tier.
No, for sure. And then Roberto, after Gigi left, we had Chiellini. Right now we don't have a leader. That's correct. I don't view Bonucci as a leader. I don't even view Quadrado as a leader neither. Quadrado, Alexandro, Bonucci. They're
just old. I mean, they're just 30 somethings.
Yeah, they're just old players that are there. There's not really an actual captain that's on the squad, which is just,
Yeah, and we're not in the locker room. I know Bonucci yells. He yelled today on the pitch, but yelling doesn't necessarily mean leadership. I mean, is it positive yelling? I don't know. Like we're not there. We don't hear what's going on. Unfortunately, if you can be a fly in the wall.
For all we know, Bonucci could be yelling like just a drunk for no reason. Just,
Yeah, he can be completely psycho for all we know.
Yeah,
but I mean, yeah. I think there's some truth there regardless that there is a level of leadership that's lacked. And absolutely with Buffon, I really missed him because you even saw when Buffon came on as opposed to Tech, just how everything was a little more organized because he commanded that.
Yeah, well, and you remember back then you could hear Buffon's voice even if there's like a crowd in the actual stadium. Yeah. Like I remember when Buffon would yell, you could hear everyone. Like you'd hear him yell "Ragazzi, ragazzi" at his defenders. So it's like, yeah, I wish we had something like that, man. Like we don't have a guy that's out there. Maybe Vlahovic, but like even then, like the clubs, most of those players are older than him, and they're just kind of like whatever.
Yeah, he hasn't really cut his teeth yet, so to speak.
Yeah. So
the old guard's got to turn over. That's essentially what it is. We really have to turn over the old guard, but ensure that we put something in place that's able to really live up to.
Hey, buddy, so this is probably going to make a lot of people really angry. I'm going to send you a Twitter link and see if you can play this video. It's a fan cam at the stadium. It gives us a better angle of the offsides angle. So, guys, you're seeing this exclusively at Turin Giants. This person is Daniele Star on Twitter. I will send this to you, Davide, in our little group chat and see if you can post this video because you heard it here, folks. Grab something to throw or take off your headphones or something. It's about to be nuts.
Okay, I'll just do the screen share thing then on this.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
That's probably the easiest way of doing it. So just give me a quick second.
So yeah, we're getting this set up. This is coming in live, guys. I got Twitter open on another window, so we're looking at it all here.
You see the screen?
I see it.
All right.
I think it's just a picture. But
okay, it is just a picture. Yeah.
So
like, why isn't it playing?
All right, so yeah, I trolled them. But so guys, again, look at that image over there. You see where Kandreva is, and you see where Milik gets the ball and where Bonucci's standing. I don't know about you guys, but that's not offsides. So.
And again, it's not the official bar, whatever, AI computer, whatever fancy thing they got going on, which is probably completely proprietary and can't be fact checked for anything. But I mean, it's a pretty decent angle.
Yeah, and then
so we've gone back here. We're obviously gonna keep on rolling back to this
Yeah.
particular moment in time.
So I believe, and then there's more angles as well.
Okay, well, if you can get them, I will.
Yep. I'll send those to you as well. So there's also like fan drawn out ones as well of the offside situation.
I mean, well, while we're doing this, because I mean, it is not the smooth transition here, because we're literally just ripping things off as we find them.
Yeah.
But
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
but make sure as well to do the like and subscribe thing, and hit up the Discord, the Twitter, the Instagram, the whole yards. Okay, I'll get this big, and I will launch it up. Yeah, here it is.
All right, that's the one image there again. So that's going off of Kendreva. So in theory, because I believe they used another player. I believe they used the player that was on Bonucci for the marker for the offsides. They didn't actually use Kendreva. I wish there was an image of someone taking a picture of what happened on VAR. Let me see if I can find that. Well,
That one's pretty close to the one I saw on TV with the VAR, with
so
that not down like that, more kind of ground level, but it did show Bonucci's legs just sort of sticking out, but they didn't show Kendreva. That's the thing. The VAR never showed Kendreva in the picture.
yeah, it didn't at all. So
I guess it's evidence, right? Like in the day of technology where we can do this,
yeah, well,
it's making a good argument at the very least.
so the thing is, if you look at the second image that's attached to that, so the first, I wonder, there you go.
Oh, here it is. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So right there it says distance. So it's measuring. So there's an artificial measure of. So Sky Sport did this. It wasn't just a fan, guys. So it was like legitimately Sky Sports. Again, how credible that you guys consider them? It is what it is. But Sky Sports measures that Kendreva was 2.9 meters from the touchline, and then if you go over back to the image where Bonucci was, Bonucci's foot was measured to be at 3.42 meters from the touchline. So that first image is illustrating that Kendreva was closer.
2.9. That's 54 centimeters. And I know that makes 0 sense to an American, but that's a fair distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's over a foot.
Yeah, so that's about over a foot, and how VAR missed that, I don't know, guys. I mean, at this point, we've said it in our live streams that we need to see a little bit more accountability from the league with certain officiating, and that right there is a perfect example on why.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy.
We're upset. The one thing that I do hope is that this fires up the team. As long as, we can talk about the negatives, how the referees suck and all this other baloney and all this other crap, the Allegri out and Tuchel in and all this other stuff that's going around right now.
Oh man!
I'm sorry.
I hear it, I just laugh.
Yeah,
I have to laugh.
It's trending on Twitter. Like, not obviously.
The Kardashians trend on Twitter too, though. Yeah, so what does that mean?
I mean, in like the Juve sphere, it's like one of the things that everyone's like, yeah, we should get Thomas Tuchel in. Guys, he plays the same style, hyper defensive and flashy on the counter. That's it. Like, yeah. I don't understand that. That to me makes no sense as an argument.
Watch that Kelcher Boys little quick video on it. Which, by the way, we are trying to get on maybe next week, depending on his schedule. But I mean, another guy in the community. I don't know if you have. I mean, if you haven't, go Dat Cultural Boy. So DAT Cultural Boy BOI. Think so? Yeah. Look it up. He's easy to find. He's all over Twitter and Instagram and everything, and YouTube, of course. So, yeah. I mean, good stuff. Check out his video. He pretty much lays that out in a couple minutes. It's the same. It's the same profile, essentially. We'll move on for that. This Tuchel. No, move on.
So, it's just the thing is that game. The one thing that just kind of frustrates me about that game is just we let it go. I mean, we concede a goal, and then the team decides just to not play anymore. It's just been something that we've seen consistently throughout the last 3 years where, something happens and we bottle it up. With Sarri, we did it against Olympique Lyon, where we just absolutely just crapped the bed after we conceded the first game, and then also when we looked at the second penalty that we conceded that in the return leg against them. Same thing with Porto. They scored on us. We crapped their bed. Like it's this stupid theme that I've seen for the last 3 years, and it's really, really frustrating. And it's like at this point, it's like, dude, come on, man. Like, ugh.
This year, though, it's like the first half. It's consistently the first half. We just don't show up. And then the second half, we come out flying. So it's this tale of two halves. It's consistently like it takes 45 minutes plus the 15-minute break, whatever. Like it takes an hour for them to show up to this game. And I don't know. But then they show up flying.
Well,
The second half was really good. It's the way
Yeah.
the whole game should have been.
No, for sure. And it's like, I don't know what the hell Allegri's doing. I mean, like, what are you doing? Like, you need to get these guys prepped and ready to go. I'm looking at player ratings right now from FootMob. They are like a live score app essentially, but like overall, we didn't have that bad of a rating per se. But like, Vlahovic was at a 6.8. This is a point scale for everybody. Kostic with an 8, Keane with a 5.9, McKennie with a 6.3, Paredes with a 7.6, arguably the second best player on the pitch behind Kostic. Miretti gave him about a 7, DeCilio a 7, Bonucci a 7.5, which he honestly does not deserve it for him taking that penalty. What a numbskull. Bremer 7.6, and then Quadrado with a 7. So
Okay, hold on though. Like,
go ahead.
he finished. He still finished.
Yeah, if he didn't, if he
did, I mean, this conversation would obviously be completely different.
So,
but he did. That's the point. At least he
Yeah.
did. Out of all the times that we should have scored. I mean, Milik, he was curling in some nice balls. Vlahovic was
know.
going in. Any of those could have gone in, but they did not. Bonucci's did.
Yeah, Sepe had some good saves on those curlers because Vlahovic had a nice curler that he was able to just punch away with his fist. So he had some good saves. Sepe, I mean, kudos to him. He actually did. His goalkeeper played well.
And I mean, another profile there, not like a superstar by any means, but a solid like Serie A keeper that's been in the league for years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this team is built off. Just stalwarts.
He's like shoot, I forgot the name of the Sassuolo goalkeeper that like gets like prime Buffon against us, like Consigli or something like that.
Consigli, yeah.
Yeah, Consigli. So like, yeah, that was one of those games from Sepe. But the thing is, the reason is so.
Oh, speaking of which, here, that's how you spell his name. We were just, I don't know if you were in here, but yeah, we're just giving you a shout out, that cultural boy, to talk about your Tuchel thing there compared to Allegri. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for stopping in.
Definitely check out his video on that bad boy. So the one thing I wanted to go in, it's like, yes, he scored, but so the thing is there's like an unwritten rule in the game where if you take a pen from somebody, you have to make it, regardless of the rebound or whatsoever. Because Vlahovic was standing at the spot ready to go. Bonucci went up there and was like, "Hey, let me do this."
He was being the captain.
Yeah, well, the thing is you're a defender. Sit back down, boy.
I mean, he does have a good conversion rate. The numbers are decent.
Vlahovic is better.
Yes.
Vlahovic
arguably, yes, he's better, and I would have wanted him.
Yeah, he's your main striker.
I was actually a little surprised. I wasn't, because like, okay, Bonucci's not bad. He usually gets it in. Honestly, I don't care. He ended up getting it in. He missed the penalty. He got it in with the rebound. Whatever. Like, he got the goal. That's all I'm looking at. He got a goal.
I'm just going to say that was a Storaro level karate kick that he scored with. Because that was like Taekwondo.
I don't care. I'm taking it. We need these small victories. Bonucci's goal is legit.
I think he's been hanging out with Zlatan in the offseason, learning some Taekwondo or something like that. Because that was just like, he like rolled over and roundhouse kicked it through his leg. The thing is, again, same thing with and I'm not going to blame him because that goal didn't get counted, but like, even with that Milik shot that went in, what were you going to do? That thing was already going goalwards. If he were actually to nick it, I'm pretty confident it would have hit the crossbar if he actually touched it. Because like the way that he was jumping, like
it was dumb. He was like jumping side backwards, not really looking where he was going. It was just going to be a flyer.
It's like one of those things where I'm sitting there, I'm like, Bonucci, man, what the hell are you doing? Like even when I was watching it, when the thing is, I'm like sitting there because I saw Milik hit it. I'm like, oh my God, it's going in. And then I see Bonucci jump. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why? There's some things, man. Bonucci does some stuff on the field where you just like, dude,
he's
what
a
are you
donkey.
doing after?
Sometimes he can just be a donkey.
Like he just does not think it through sometimes, where it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, sorry. We'll answer Yusuf's here. Should Milik's red card be revoked? And unfortunately, that's not how it works. He got the red card for taking the shirt off. You can't. I mean, whether you scored and got pulled back or not, like it just doesn't matter. It's a red card or it's a yellow card. Sorry for taking the shirt off. That was the second yellow. Yeah, that's the rules. Unfortunately,
it's fine because the league was like, we can't have Milik play against Monza because he'll score 6 goals against them. So they're like, hey, let's take him out of this game.
Which I guess we're seeing Keane next week. Get already into next week's game.
Well, hey, maybe Keane plays well, so Monza buys him in January.
Or hopefully he just plays well so we can keep him on the team and just have a good third striker. I don't know. That's
I mean that's true too.
If he can get up to where he was, he's a decent depth guy. I'll take him as depth, absolutely.
Yeah,
we paid them. We're not. I don't think we're getting that money back. 35 mil plus.
No.
I mean, to not super get into it, we were scrambling after the Ronaldo departure, but we're not getting the money back.
Yeah, no, that one's gone. That one's gone to the Kulusevski fund or something.
That's like when your derelict sibling asks for money and says they're going to pay you back in a month.
No. It's like, nah, you ain't getting that back at all.
That's a donation.
Yeah, donation to the I'm not giving you anything fund. Yeah. If you guys ever have little siblings, man, they always do that kind of stuff. I think the funniest thing is like, so I'm the eldest. So it's like, we go out to grab lunch or something like that. And my little brother looks at me and he's like, hey, you got this, right? And I'm like, you're an adult now. So you should probably start chipping in. And he's like, yeah, but you finished college and are like full time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you have a part-time job and still make cash.
Well, I don't know. That's more of a cultural family thing. Kind of depends.
I just do it to bust his chops.
Yeah, of course. Well, you got to do that. You're the older brother, but
yeah, well, because you can't drop kick him legally.
Yeah, come on, you're not 7 anymore. Get over it. Oh man. Well, yeah. Let's. What other points? I mean. Again, we didn't even start this one on the rails. We were just gonna let our emotions take over because it was.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like if we're to break it down, it's literally we played like crap for we played great for 20 minutes and then played like crap for 40 and then picked it up for like the rest of the game and then stupid call.
Yeah. So let's do this before we do something stupid. And I still didn't get Kevin's questions. I asked him to ask the fans everyone's favorite gelato flavor. It's summer's almost done. It's almost gelato season's almost over. So, I mean, now's the perfect time. Just let me know what you like. What your favorite is. I'm like a good old fashioned your chola or pistachio.
Oh,
I like the nuts. I like nuts.
Sorry,
I don't know.
I've got more breaking news.
Oh no, what's going on? Everyone, get back in here. We're not talking about food.
you wanna pull up Raven's comment?
His last one. Oh, okay, that's here.
I have the video.
Okay, because, again, they didn't show this a lot, but
right,
what do you have?
I'm sending it to you, buddy.
Because, yeah, that was sort of the problem is the angle was not great.
This one's actually a video. So, again, the Turin Giants here. We're showing some very, very controversial stuff. Right. What you do with it is not our responsibility.
This one.
So, guys, you might want to full screen that bad boy so people can see the actual clip.
There we go.
All right, everybody. This goes out to Raven over here. So check out the handball goal from Kandreva.
My dogs are losing their mind. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, they probably saw the clip too.
Yeah, they're like, this is nonsense. I could just bark at everything. The only thing, as I'm looking at this, his arm is very tight to the body. So
it's hard to overturn. To be honest with you, it is very difficult to overturn. But the thing is just like because how loosely the handball rule is called on opposing players in the box. Technically, it should have been warranted a review, but again, this is off of somebody's phone, off of that, so we don't even know what the
And that's
actual like.
super, yeah, like right, bam, it's like super fuzzy. Like goes, it's those pictures of the Yeti, right? Where
Yep.
as soon as you take the picture, oh, he's just moving too fast and it's blurry.
Yeah.
Never
like
actually happened, you know?
Yeah, because the thing is the only thing that I find very very questionable about that is just the hand placement. Because like for example, he could have taken his hand from his chest and put it in front of his his groin area, just to prevent him from getting smoked in the with the ball. So like he could have been doing that. If there was an opposite angle, because this is Kondreva looking at us, but if we were looking at from like where a linesman was, where we could see maybe the hand moving and touching it, yes. But I got to be honest. I mean, yeah, this is a very highly suspect video, but I also need to, I can't look at it with emotion. I have to I just have to chill and just relax for a minute. But yeah, some of this stuff was
You know how I
ridiculously.
mentioned that like Keen probably had a bit of reefer madness there last
Yeah,
live. I think that's kind of like what the community needs. We just need that reefer madness.
yeah.
Just to, like chill out for a couple days. We have 3 days now till Benfica, which of course tomorrow we got our special guest. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm stoked. I can't wait. I'm a little bit starstruck.
So if you haven't heard yet, it is Adrian from Rabona TV. He's going to be here same time. I say same time, but we've done a few. So 4:30 Eastern. That's 10:30 Central European. Yeah, this is big, and I can't wait. He's amped up. We're amped up. We're gonna go head to head. Benfica versus Juventus. It might be a little unfair because it's gonna be a little 2-on-1 action tomorrow. But
Hey yo, hey yo.
yeah, a little Monday afternoon 2-on-1. But no, it's gonna be good. So please tune in tomorrow for that. That's gonna be great. Just I love getting other people's perspective, and especially when it's a different team. It's just good and healthy for conversation, for perspective. And when it's somebody so close to home and so well renowned as he is, I couldn't ask for more. So yeah, please show up tomorrow and check that one out. Dash, do you have more breaking news?
No,
Or
not
is, or
yet.
is that just the look of disappointment?
No, I'm sorry. I was just reading a couple of the tweets, because like even Giuseppe just posted these on Twitter, and unfortunately, and he's a very good friend of ours, and he's really upset as well. I don't blame him either.
He's
So
very emotional today, I think. So
yeah,
yeah, please give Zio Beppe a day or so just to
yeah, go show him some love, everybody.
he needs a hug. He needs a big good old hug. Just get on the Twitter, the IG, however you talk to him. Just
Oh, hello. So I finally got my hands on the image of the VAR line. So I'm gonna see
okay.
if I can copy the link and I'll send it to you. So we have what VAR used as a link, and then we also have all the other stuff that Albanese and all those fun guys have as well. So I'm sending this to you as we speak. I'm trying to. Sorry, everyone. Multitasking. It's like like an actual
It's
news
a
anchor where I'm
it's
like
a sloppy
scouring.
one.
Yeah.
It's everything's sloppy today. Just we're gonna roll with the sloppiness. The game was sloppy. Our production value today is sloppy. We're just trying to throw it at you, just so you can cry with us, so we can share in this misery.
Yeah, feel
Well,
free to spam some jokes in the chats, guys. We need some memes. We need some laughs. So move over one. So that's the VAR line. So they actually used not Kondreva, but they used the defender in the box's heel.
yes.
So
Yeah, that's the
VAR,
one I remember seeing.
yeah, VAR used the wrong line.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying because they showed this, but they did not take
Kondreva.
Kendriva.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
And
about this now too.
you
Remember
know,
yesterday I was going on. I love how Kendriva just continues to play and show up. And does he not get a goal that was somewhat controversial? And now this, he is the news topic. Kendriva is the news topic today. He has caused
he's
all
a
the outrage.
he's a mad lad. So yeah, I this is one of those where
This
I'm just
is
like, dude, like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I
oh,
don't know what I mean, guys. You guys came in all fired up, so Did you just leave and give up, or are you still fired up here?
I'm not fired up. It's just like more so. I'm just kind of chuckling because like the thing is, I could just be upset and just go. I could do that, but like it's not the way that I do it. Because the thing is like we can be pissed at the officials all we want, but at the same time, guys, we shit the bed.
Yeah, we're just deflecting our anger
Yeah,
because we saw something more egregious than our level of play today.
Yeah, we just want to say Calciopoli Part 2, guys. Calciopoli Part 2. Calciopoli Part 2. Calciopoli. No, I'm just kidding. But,
Did they ever make a board game? They had to have.
They should have.
Is that a...
You want to do it? We'll trademark it.
Marketing idea.
Copyright right now. Copyright.
Okay, yes, guys, I can't steal that one.
Yeah, if anyone
it's how I'm gonna make my first million. You can't steal this one.
I want royalties. I don't care if anyone makes the board game. We said the name here, trademark. Yeah, we have copyright proof right here. I'll get my lawyer on it too.
Yeah, Parker Brothers will get their lawyer on it too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What were we even on? What were we even on? Oh yeah, we're just talking. I mean, we're just trying to be entertaining at this point. I think just to lighten the mood.
I'm totally like trying to like tell terrible dad jokes for some reason, but
you're not even a dad, are you? Or do you have
I'm not. Okay. That's the thing. I'm not a dad, but like, thing is like, so like in my like professional career, I'm like one of the youngest in my field, so I'm like with a bunch of as people call them boomers per se, and they bring up the old how many cans are in Brazil or how many cans are in Sweden? You're like, I don't know. And then they're like, yeah, I don't know either, but there's 2 cans in Brazil. And you're just like, knee slapper. 2 cans, the bird.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's what you put up with all day?
Yeah, and it's rubbing off on me, man. Like there's times where I just make some of those jokes and I'm just like,
oh, man.
Dude. Like I'll sit there, I'm just like, wow.
That's inexcusable, a joke like that. I don't care.
It is.
No, you can't.
It is. And then the funny thing is like I'll like see my little brothers. I'll be with my little brother and his friends will be over, and I'll just like kind of talk to him and make like a terrible dad joke, and then he calls me Peepaw, and I'm like, well, shit, I deserve it at this point.
Peepaw?
Peepaw. So it's like almost like calling someone no.
Okay.
So it's like it's American slang for grandpa.
Is that actually?
Yeah,
I've never heard this one.
Yeah,
I never heard
Peepaw.
that.
So
the thing is like
you have to go further down south. So like you need to be in like the Kentucky area, Nashville, and all that other stuff. But it's pretty much that's what they call older folk down there, Peepaw, Meemaw. But
okay. So Misak, hey, how's it going, bud? What says much about deflecting? How we're like deflecting, talking about the actual subject, or were you just talking about balls deflecting off arms and?
Yeah, I think he's talking about. Yeah, I think he's talking about.
What do we deflect?
Yeah, because he followed up with problem was the first goal was with his hand. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's the perfect deflect.
Yeah, I don't know when you joined in, but we actually showed the clip where he actually like volleyball slaps it. So yeah, no.
Yeah, we've been through all of them. Unless, I mean, are there more? If there are more, please, let's see them. We'll show everything.
I'm also keeping my eyes peeled to see if I see any more of them. But yeah, again, anyone that's just joining in now, catch the rewind. We actually show a lot of images and some stuff as they drop from Twitter. So like we actually beat a bunch of YouTubers to the punch on some of this stuff. So again, just keep your eyes posted.
Yeah, as we walk or talk, as we're walking. I mean, yeah, I'm walking away. We're all walking away from this one. Yeah, I'll get some of these back up here.
So this is funny. So YouTube or Twitter handle 660 days until Chesney's contract expires says, I just smashed my 4K 32-inch TV in front of 30 guests at my cocktail party because of Juventus today. My wife just took our crying kids and said they're all spending the night in a motel. Juve has ruined my life and my party. I can't do this anymore. Goodbye.
Okay, that's obviously embellished. That's not. There's no way that's real. If it is,
I doubt it.
It's too perfect. But okay, so yeah, okay, that's just a single. No, there's the other one.
Yeah, so again, that's looking at Kondreva, and then like that's the VAR offside line, and then we also showed the Sky Sport where Kondreva was like 2.9 meters from the touchline, and Bonucci's leg was like 3.5. So, yeah, about a foot, half a foot.
Oh yeah, this is the Kandreva handball.
And then also, the irony of it is, I don't even know. This image is even worth sharing. But yeah, there. So the thing is like people are trying to say that Bonucci obstructed the goalkeeper's view. I'm sending you a snapshot of the instance where you could question it being a goalkeeper obstruction, which it isn't, because you can see Sepe looking directly at the ball.
All right, this is not a bad picture either. Get this up in a quick sec. Bam.
So a lot of folks, and I'm not going to call out Twitter handles or people that made an opposing opinion on it, but someone said, hey, it's obstruction. He got in his way. No, he didn't, because look, he has clear eye contact with the ball. Regardless, he could have already anticipated and moved. But if we had the actual highlight clip of it, Sepe doesn't even move at all. So like it makes no sense.
It looks like he just saw his mother watching him up in the stands.
Yeah, literally. Because like the thing is I gotta see if because the problem is, guys, like I want to show you guys clips of like stuff, but like we have to go off of clips on Twitter because like if we pull anything on YouTube, it's literally copyright strike. The stream's gone and it's game over. So like you'll just have to bear with us right now. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. We're constantly checking Twitter right now to see if there's anything worth popping up there.
And my dogs are continuing to freak. You think they'd have the courtesy. An hour a day or so, every couple days I come down and do my thing. No respect with these young kids anymore. But I guess Bone ZB1? Zebron? I don't know.
Yeah, so he's talking about the Bremer penalty.
Yeah, the Bremer penalty. So that one, at least on my feed, they did show it fairly clearly, at least this time. And it does look like he had his arm kind of swinging out with his momentum, and as soon as the ball hit, he had that reaction and tried to pull it in. Again, to catch that in real time would have been super difficult, but slowed down. I'm pretty sure that was a penalty. Not as sure as I am about the whole Milik goal. That was 100% a goal. Was Bremer's handball 100% a handball? No, I would put it somewhere that like 80 to 90% range. Yeah, still pretty probable, but like Milik's goal was a goal. We're beating the horse.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really anything on Bremer right now because everyone's just focused on the offside situation, because that's the only thing I'm seeing right now is just all of that being spammed all over the place. The one thing though that I do want to just illustrate, guys, is like, let's talk about Milik. Like, what a start to his Juventus career. Like, if Bonucci didn't ruin that, or if the ref didn't, whatever you want to say, Bonucci, the ref, I'll throw a spade. I'll throw a bone and say both in theory. But hypothetically, 3 goals in about 3 games. That's not bad, especially as a backup striker. You muted yourself.
Sorry, yeah, because my dogs are losing their mind, and I'm texting my wife here. Completely unprofessional. I'm gonna have to beat all my dogs after. No, I'm joking. I would never. No animal cruelty. Absolutely not. I do just joke. Like, I love them all.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. No. I mean, Pena's probably not here anyways. They're too busy saving the world to be listening to our shenanigans. So hopefully I don't get a knock on the door there. Now that they're shut up, I don't even know what I was saying. It's bastards.
Shoot.
Well, on that note,
I forgot what I asked you, because like I think it was like a
what's this? First the horse, now the dog. Whose horse?
We have horses?
Oh, we're beating the horse.
Oh,
beating the horse now.
Horses. See, there we go. I got you.
This is just a channel of animal cruelty. Jesus,
we're just absolutely just shambles right now.
This is what we're resorting to.
I remember what we're talking about. We're talking about the Milik man. So like his
yes, of course.
Start. I mean, the thing is, like, dude, 3 goals, 3 games in theory, not bad at all.
He could have bagged. I mean, what could have been today should have been
The third goal,
PSG.
yeah,
Very much could have
PSG.
been.
Who would have tied Vlahovic on goals for the season?
That would have been a storyline, wouldn't it have?
Because to be honest with you, I mean, initially I was like, "Hey, yo, what the hell?" When we were linked to him, and then like I kind of like did some research, looked at it, and I'm like, "Okay, how does this work?" And then I'm like, "Okay, okay," because you and I advocated it once we actually like talked about it and went through it. We're like, "Hey, it's actually not a bad thing." And then
We
like
convinced ourselves that'd be good.
yeah, we did. I mean, there might have been alcohol and some other stuff that we. No, I'm just kidding. We're not, guys. We're children appropriate here. We don't do that kind of shenanigans. Stay in school, kids. But like we thought about it and it made sense. It worked, and it's clearly working. The one thing I think where I need to probably mention, what we should probably talk about is Allegri needs to figure out what he wants to play, because we switched to a 3-5-2 mid game. I'm not a big fan of the 3-5-2. It worked. I mean, it works sometimes. It doesn't work sometimes. The thing is what I've noticed is we do really well when we have 4 players pushing up behind Vlahovic. So usually it's 2 midfielders, your 2 wingers, and then you'll have like a midfield of 3 with Paredes, your left back and right back, and then you'll have Bremer or Bonucci or Bremer or Gatti as the last 2, and then your goalkeeper. So Allegri needs to figure out what he wants to play formation-wise and start that from the beginning. Because today we can say it's the referee, it's Serie A, it's VAR, etc., blah, 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 blah. Doesn't excuse that we have to use that as an excuse against Salernitana. Again, all respect due to them, but we shouldn't be in that situation. We shouldn't have been talking about, oh, hey, VAR screwed us out of 3 points. Like that to me, like that's an Inter thing. We're not them. We're better than them. They're trash. So we need to figure this out. It happened against Fiorentina. It happened against PSG. Fiorentina, we started off well, and then we went to sleep. PSG, we crapped our pants, and then turned it up a notch. Salernitana, arguably, we got cheated in the first half, and it took us 2 goals down to actually start playing. In my opinion...
Yeah, there's... Sorry, we're to blame as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, go on.
Yeah, we shouldn't even be in that position. So my last person, or my LVP, or least valuable person or player or whatever, is I'm gonna put. And I've said that, hey, we can't sack Allegri now. It makes no sense. It's kind of stupid. We should just wait until the end of the season. But your leash Allegri is getting shorter.
Oh, it's a very short leash.
It's a very short leash. Like with every bad performance that comes in, it's going to get short, and he's going to be suspended for at least 1, maybe 2 games, depending on what they do. If Landucci comes out and plays better and has the team out better than you do,
like he did last year,
I'm going to start throwing more question marks at you as the head coach.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I gotta say, John Elkann did not have very nice looks on his face after the Grand Prix today. I mean, he's the chairman of both teams. I wouldn't be surprised if he just gets so pissed off between Ferrari and Juventus that he just starts swinging the axe.
And here's the crazy thing about it too. If he does swing the axe against Juventus, I think Agnelli's in the crosshairs.
Oh yeah, I mean, because I think he's really the one that's on the short leash.
I think so. I think, to be honest with you, I think there's 2 people on short leashes, not lists. But it's going to be Agnelli and Allegri.
Yeah.
So the reason is because Agnelli vouched for Allegri, and Allegri is Agnelli's boy.
Yeah.
So if I were Agnelli, I'd be sweating bullets right now. Again,
I mean, he is kind of a sweaty guy anyways. He's always sweating
out
there.
I mean, yeah, that's why he has a unibrow. It's to track, instead of wearing a headband, the unibrow just catches all the sweat right here.
Yeah, so it doesn't drip on his nose.
Yeah, for a multi-millionaire, he has a very bushy unibrow.
He's owning it. Good for him.
I mean, yeah. Hey, power to him, dude. That's a huge flex. He's like, hey man, everyone's like, you got a unibrow, and he's like, yeah, but I got $50 million.
Yeah, you don't need 2 eyebrows when you got that much money.
Oh, so. But it's the thing, because like I think Elkann is just gonna, if he's still mad, and if he's mad by the end of, like, if we're not competing or close to competing in January, I think Elkin steps in and he tells Agnelli, "Hey man, you and your boy got to go."
January, you're good giving it.
No,
I'm
no, no.
still giving it.
No. I'm saying if we're out of if we're
Okay.
seriously out of the picture
Oh,
by
like
January.
if it's disaster class,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's I'm saying if we're like 6th or 7th and it's January, then it's like I think at the end of the year, Elkin's like, you guys got to go. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're within at like what 5 or 6 points, fair enough. We'll go in
That's
for it.
one thing.
Like 5 or 6 points, yeah, whatever. They'll compete and see it out to the end of the year. But I'm saying this: don't be surprised if we're 10, 12, 13 points off top in January. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some readjustments at the top and a new coach already being planned out. That is not Thomas Tuchel.
Not
Everyone,
Tom. No, don't even
not
say.
Thomas
Stop.
Tuchel.
Just don't even say the name. It's
I know.
fine. We
It's
don't.
just
We don't
I
need
gotta.
to.
Well, that Calcio boy is here, and I just want to try to give him some love because he made a "Do not hire Thomas Tuchel" video. So I'm just trying to give him a shout out. But so the thing is,
I wonder if he's talking about the unibrow.
yeah, I think that's what he means. But the thing is like this was one of those games we needed to win. We didn't. In theory, we did, but in actuality, we didn't. And then Monza as well. Monza is a game that if we come out flat again against Monza, that's two. That's technically 3 games back to back, 3 league games where teams are absolutely woeful. I'm sorry, but Fiorentina sucks. They lost 2-1 today. So I don't want to hear the Italiano's a great coach and blah, blah, blah. His Fiorentina side sucks. Like, they are not doing well. I don't care. They have Jovic, so you can't even say, oh, they lost Vlahovic, so they lost all of their offensive firepower.
Isn't Juric the new or the next name now?
Yeah, Ivan Juric, the guy that coaches Torino, the guy whose teams, and here's my argument against Ivan Juric. Everyone complained last year about a lack of scoring goals. Juric's teams he's never scored over 50 goals a season.
Isn't Bologna's coach has gotten fired too? Isn't the guy with the hat?
Since Mihailovic got fired.
Yes, yeah, Serbian, I believe, right?
Yeah, he is a Serbian.
I just love how he dresses. Like he owns that like taxi driver hat. I don't know what you call those hats, but like he just owns that style. That's his style.
Yeah,
Unibrow is not his style.
That is definitely a style. But yeah, so Fiorentina lost to a coachless Bologna, which is absolutely baloney's for any of the pro Vincente Italiano fans. The thing is, again, Fiorentina's a solid squad. They shouldn't be dropping points. Fiorentina's having a very hard time scoring goals. So everyone's saying, again, beautiful possession-based attacking style. Well, you know what? Fiorentina right now, if we look at the table, they're 11th. They have only scored, wait for it, as I'm pulling it up. They've only scored 5 goals this season. Right now, with Allegri dead ball, we have scored 9. We've already scored 4 more goals than Fiorentina. So,
well, yeah, it's got to say something.
So that's the thing where it's just like that.
And how many goals would a Tuchel score?
Yeah, because like he ruined. Let's be honest with here. We got to be objective here. I hate him as a player, but he ruined Lukaku. Lukaku came in absolutely on fire. He came in from Inter to Chelsea, an absolute behemoth of a player. Completely flopped. Tuchel plays with 3 men at the back, same way as Conte did at Inter Milan. Couldn't score. Chelsea right now, offensively, the reason why they fired him was one of the reasons why, because offensively they weren't good.
Yeah, and if you're talking about a team with an expensive roster, I mean, Chelsea is definitely one of those teams.
So, like, and he brings a good question, like, who would like to be the new coach?
It's a loaded question, isn't it?
There's no one out there where I'm like, this person is a clear favorite for the job.
Nobody available at the very like if Guardiola's like, yeah, I'll come to Juventus, you give him the money, probably, right? You throw him $20 million a year, whatever he costs, and
because it's like,
yeah,
the only, there's no one, because
I can say Zidane.
But even with Zidane, it's like there's a reason why he's not coaching at any other team.
Yeah,
like,
he likes them ready-made.
So it's like part of you sits there and wonders, was that like, I don't want to say that 3 years of success with Real Madrid was a fluke, because it wasn't a fluke. They repeated the Champions League 3 years in a row. But like, Zidane had like the most amazing team right in front of him. In theory, that was Carlo Ancelotti's team, because Ancelotti was their coach for 2 years, and then Rafa
Do
Benitez
you,
for like 6 months.
do you take Ancelotti if he's available?
At this point, I don't know, because the thing is like, so for me, especially in his later years, I think Ancelotti's just a very good man manager. Where like, if you give him superstars, he'll figure out how to organize it and try to get the best out
You,
of it.
I would argue that that's what we need.
You think so?
We have enough high-profile players. We just need them to play together.
That I get you there. I think you're if
Like
yeah.
Keane, again, we
Yeah.
said it's his head. I mean, if you need a coach to get into people's heads and get them to play, I would give a go for Ancelotti.
You know, the thing is like, and everyone's gonna kill me for this, but like, I'm actually curious to try Luciano Spalletti. Like, just
All
I'm
right.
curious. Like, my
Yeah.
curiosity's pipped, because like the thing is like, look at Napoli right now. Like, they're free flowing scoring. I'm not saying like, they're an amazing team, etc. But like, the fact that he lost Insigne, Dres Mertens, and Koulibaly, and it's like they haven't even lost a step, and they don't do
They're
any.
they're sort of like Milan last year, where they're just kind of jiving. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Yeah, they just got
because
to figure it out.
somebody, I mean, feel free, anyone in the chat, to call me out, but like, Stefano Pioli's not like this amazing coach that's just bursted onto the scene. He's
He
been
was
a coach.
supposed to be an interim measure, and
Yeah,
they kept him around because I
it
don't know. He
just
figured
it
out
just
Milan at
clicked.
least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just clicked. So like, the thing is like, because Pioli was a like Fiorentina's main coach in like 2013, 2014, 2015, in that era. He went to Inter Milan, sucked. They fired him in less than 6 months. And then he just, was bouncing between job and job, and then came into Milan in 2019, and it just worked. I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things where like, right now there isn't a clear favorite to take over as a coach, but like, I don't think Juventus is the club to do what Milan did with Pioli, or like to do with what Atalanta did with Gasperini. Like,
yeah.
maybe that's something we might need to do, is we need to just take a new coach, because like, I think the club is a little bit standoffish because of the whole Pirlo thing, where like, hey, we tried doing it and it didn't work. It felt really bad, and
That's such an extreme measure, and I would almost even like to. I wanted Pirlo to have a second year. I wanted to see how that would have unfolded. Would I take him back now? That's a really hard sell.
because
But
the thing with Pirlo is like, Pirlo's not even coaching in Serie A. He's coaching in Turkey.
yeah, at
'Cause,
least
like,
he's coaching, getting experience. That's what he should have been doing.
no, that's like, yeah, I get it, but like, because the thing is I don't think Juventus is going to hire a non-Italian manager. I don't think they've rarely done it. It's probably like the recent one was Didier Deschamps, and that was like
Yeah,
the year they got promoted.
and I want to say, oh man, my stats off
I
the
don't,
top of my head. I want to say like 70s, 80s, whatever. It happens. I looked it up at one point, and it does happen.
yeah, but it's super rare from what I remember.
But I mean, drastic times calls for drastic measures. Why not? Why not now? I mean, Zidane would. He's French. He's not Italian. People would say they'd take him. I think.
So
I would say. I think if they had the opportunity and there wasn't, say, like a Klopp or Guardiola or any other profile, even Ancelotti, I think Zidane would come to the team. Like if
yeah,
the stars aligned, I think he's going to go to the national team when he gets a chance. Whatever, we'll see what happens.
so I pulled up Juventus's coaching history. So from 1976 to 2020, there's only been one non-Italian coach, and it's been Deschamps, and it's only been a year, 2006 to 2007. That's it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then in 1971 to 74, they had Sestimir Vijalek. He's Czech Republic. And it looks like, let me see the win-loss record. So it looks like he won 75, lost 22, or 79, lost 22 games. Not a bad win percentage. His win percentage was 50. But yikes. It's funny. So if you look at Allegri's stats, Allegri used to have like a win percentage of like almost 80%. Now his win
Yeah.
percentage is like 69.
Ah,
So it's dropped. But
gross.
yeah, like a lot of these coaches, I'd be surprised if they take anyone that's not Italian. I know somebody wanted to take Sassuolo's old coach De Zerbi, but I'm like, ugh, I'm
I
not a
mean,
big
he did
fan.
an all right job with them.
He did go with Shakhtar with Sassuolo, and then he went over to Shakhtar Donetsk and just got fired in 6 months.
Yeah. Okay, see, I didn't know that. So, I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
he wanted to play. He wanted to coach a Champions League team. Went in there, didn't do well, couldn't get a style in, and then flopped.
And I mean, that's Ukraine, right? That's
Yeah,
different profiles
which is
altogether of
really
players.
interesting why he went out all the way out there. But like,
Take the job. I technically, yeah, playing Champions League.
because
You're
like,
playing as for the best team in the country, allegedly.
yeah, because outside of Conte, because Conte's not coming back ever, just because the beef between him and Agnelli is way too high.
But if
There's no,
Agnelli's gone,
I,
would Conte come back?
I can't. He won the title with Inter. I can't accept that. That's a travesty.
But
Like,
again, like the tragic or desperate times calls for desperate measures. It's one of those things.
yeah. So we hire
Do you
Conte.
bring?
Yeah, we hire Conte, and then complains that Elkin doesn't want to buy him a new Porsche, and then quits preseason again. Because like here, don't get me wrong. Conte is great managing wise. He has great managerial skills. He can turn a bone average player into someone really good. He revived Lukaku's career. He made Lautaro Martinez better than what he is. Again, resurged Ivan Perisic, even though like he hated Perisic when he first came in, but made Perisic really good.
Yeah.
He took Rodrigo Bentancur from us and made him a serviceable midfielder. Same thing with Kulusevski, but I think he lost his place to Richarlison at Tottenham, so whatever.
Yeah.
Conte knows how to take bang average players and get something out of it. So like it makes sense, but like I don't know. There's for me I can't because that is a good one. Jockey Bro just said, "What about Cannavaro?" I totally forgot about him because
Yeah.
Cannavaro
This-
actually did the same route. So here's a funny history lesson. So Cannavaro actually did a lot of his coaching in the Asian conference, the AFC. So I believe he won the AFC Champions League with Chinese team Guangzhou Huang, I think. No, I did not say
yeah. I think.
Wang. Huang, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Yeah. Guangzhou. I think. Yeah. Guangzhou something.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up his history, but I think yeah,
That's the Chinese Super League, I believe.
it's the Chinese Super League. I'm surprised why he isn't coaching anywhere else. Cause like 2013, 2014, he was at Al Halali. I think that's how I pronounce it. I butchered that.
Halal.
Whatever. Halal.
Pronunciations by Americans.
I know. And then he went to Guangzhou from 2014, 2015. He is at Al Nasser from 2015, 2016. He went to Tianjin Quajian 2016, 2017. And then 2017, 2021, he's back to Guangzhou, where he won the AFC Champions League. And then right now, he's currently managing the Chinese national team from 2019 till now.
Oh wow. Okay. I didn't realize he had quite that resume there.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's coaching in Asia and he hasn't
money.
moved over to Europe. Like,
Probably the money, and maybe he just loves those.
It's less stress.
Just imagine like the Vietnam movies. The guy with like the brim hat there, the gambling, the card places there in the back with the dominoes. Maybe he's just really into that.
Yeah.
Got the rooster fights in the back. I mean, more animal cruelty. Here we go.
But I would assume less stress. I think that would be the one reason why.
Yeah, that's a factor too.
Because like think about it. Like I mean, there's not an expectation for China to make the World Cup. Like they've never really done it. So it's
Their
like
women's team. Their women's team.
yeah,
All right.
no, well, I mean, you got to remember, there's only like 20 international women's teams that are set up right now, so it's almost like everybody gets in. Because, like, I remember watching the last Women's World Cup, and like I was watching USA play, and they were like playing against Taiwan, or not Taiwan. They were playing Vietnam or something like that, and just dropped like 14 goals the entire game. And I'm like, this is insane.
And then continue to go on to social justice rampage.
Yeah. And then they got beat by the FC Dallas under 15 boys team.
Yes. Yeah, I heard about that.
That was
2K champion saying Sule in. I mean, he got a little bit of an in today. Not maybe as much as we were expecting.
I was hoping he started.
That's
I'm
what
just
the
gonna say
calls
that.
were when we went live. Of course, we know that means nothing.
Yeah, Allegri watched
Never
the
does.
stream. He's like, all right, let me pull a fast one on these guys. No, he's not going to start. Just kidding.
Not today. But Monza. Will he get the start for Monza, perhaps?
Yeah, that's the only thing is start for Monza. We'll
Because
see how that
Quadrado
goes.
has a red card.
He's out.
Is Di Maria healthy?
Di Maria is healthy. He should be in for Benfica.
There's still, well, what happens in Benfica? Who gets injured? I mean, who knows? Yeah, Sule in. Let's call it Sule in, Monza.
I think Sula's going to play against Monza. I think because Monza is literally bottom tier right now. So they're Monza is definitely on the verge of not doing really well this season. So I think we're probably going to see Fagioli and Sule. That's one thing I'm estimating on for Monza, even though we're totally skipping Benfica and we're not taking them lightly. I am just talking Monza here because we're going to talk Benfica tomorrow with our best friend, Rabio, Rabona TV. Hey guys, Davide forgot to unmute his mic.
Yes, I was making funny because my dogs. I'm sorry, guys.
Because like
I'm
I was
sorry.
reading his lip and he's like Rabio TV. No, Rabona TV.
Yeah, Ramona.
So
Yeah, those dogs ruin everything, and they're absolutely
So
insane.
funny.
I don't know what's going on today, guys. They're pissed off. I'm pissed off. You're all pissed off. I think is it time for the calming music?
I think we're gonna sign off. I think we're just gonna have some final thoughts here, some final stuff. So
I'm
just
still gonna
somehow-
play the calming music in the
yeah,
background.
just
so
do the
roll with
calming
it.
music on the outro. Yeah, there we go. It's like
slow
all right,
jams.
it's like all right, everybody. So I'm gonna need you to sit down, relax, put in the headphones, listen to my really, really deep voice as I quietly tell you to like, subscribe, share the video to all your Juventini friends. And also, just kidding, trying to change my tone of voice here, but also remember to check in tomorrow at 4:30 as we stream live with I almost said Revio TV again. With
And
Adrian
the
from-
volume gets a lot louder, and I fade out Dash as he stumbles out. No. Rabona TV tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern Time, 10:30 Central European. Dash, recover.
Come on, guys. Come on, DFC. Come on. No, but thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you joining us through our first initial live that we've done with Game Time stuff. If you guys actually
I forgot to show this picture.
Oh,
Sorry.
Just
We're
kidding,
pulling
guys.
back.
We're not leaving.
That's Kevin's face at 2-2. More from him this week.
Yeah. So everyone, guys, Kevin is our guy that actually lives in Turin and actually has like a bunch of video and footage and interviewing people before the stadium before the game. So we're gonna be posting those on YouTube too. So yo.
Sorry, Kev. I meant to do that early. Okay.
right.
Back to the actual outro.
So we actually were doing the traditional Italian goodbye where we said that we were going to leave and then we're just like, just kidding. Let me talk to you about my noce I just threw in the oven. No, but seriously, everybody, like, subscribe, share the video. And then again, tomorrow we're going to be talking some Benfica with Rabona TV. Super cool guy. I recommend you guys come in, check it out. Also look at his channel as well. He's got some cool Juve stuff as well. So done a lot of videos on Juventus. Also look at Dat Calcio Boy. He was here as well. We're hoping to get him on the channel soon for a collaboration. He's just teasing us a little bit because he's a little bit busy.
Yeah, he is a little busy. And of course, remember to give Zio Beppe a big ol' hug. He needs it this week. And to talk to us in between the action, hit us up on the Discord or on any of the social medias. We're always there. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dash. Any last words of wisdom for tonight?
Yeah, don't watch Rabio TV, guys. Just go take a nap.
It'd put you to sleep. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch you tomorrow with Rabona.
Bye, everybody.